What's going on, guys? We are closing out The Boys in Brazil. This is part 4. Closing it out. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. I do donation requests. So if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, hit me direct. All that information is in the description below. Thank you. All right. Part 4, closing out The Boys in Brazil. Let's do it. Bam.
The Sao Paulo Show was one of the most dramatic shows in our entire career ever. For one thing, by far the largest audience we've ever played to anywhere. And I think in my memory, the only time we've actually played in pouring rain, not only was it pouring, but it was blowing in straight on us.
God.
My electronic MIDI marimba ceased functioning, and I would hit it and either nothing would happen or some totally unrelated sound. So I'm restructuring my parts as we go. And the crew's scrambling around beside me trying to get it going.
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, I'm just departing from it. Okay, it's not going to work, accepting that reality.
That's a nightmare.
It was just
right?
awful.
Oh my God. Nightmare.
And the men who hold thy places must be the ones who sought to mold a new reality. Closer to the heart, closer to the heart.
When we went to Mexico, we had no idea that song was so popular in Latin America. And so we hadn't prepared it. In Mexico City, we rehearsed it that afternoon, played it like, 4 or 5 times, and then just played it that night, and it worked out. We were a little more prepared in Brazil, because at least we knew we were going to have to play it a few days before, so we rehearsed it in sound checks.
I was listening to my solo from last tour and thought, well, I'm not really finished with that framework yet. And there was still development that I could have done there. But then I thought, no, it's been 5 years. I really want to start fresh. So I kept some elements of it, but put them in a whole different configuration, just in the framework that I dreamed up. And there's some things about it that are autobiographical. There are parts of that solo that have always been in my drum solo, and parts that are fresh every tour, and parts that are fresh every night, that designed to be kind of my little experimental area, stuff that I'm interested in. There's the history of drumming is in there, from rudimental drumming to African drumming to jazz drumming, rock drumming, and there are parallel stories being told, I guess, is something that I try to get at. So it's not just an exhibition to me. I want it to have a framework for from a listener's point of view, that they'll understand there are threads of narrative going on here.
Rushing off to the last show. Oh, there we go. Yep. Run, 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 run. Hurry, hurry. You won't make it. Man, that rain, what a wreck. That sucks.
Well, the Rio show was an amazing feat of endurance from our road crew's point of view. I mean, if ever I believed they were the greatest crew in the world, it was proven on that last show in Rio. Our crew didn't get in. I don't think they got into the hotel till about 12 in the afternoon. And usually when we start to set up a show, they're in about 7 in the morning at the venue, starting the first trucks. But I don't think the first piece of gear hit the stage till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So for them to get the show up in time to do a show at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
Was just unbelievable.
Oh my God. Insane.
Very, very tense day, and it was clear that we were not going to get a sound check that day.
Yeah.
So here we are, you know, big show in Rio. We're filming it, we're recording it, and there's no sound check for out front, which I don't think was a big deal because we've already done 70 shows
Right.
and we knew we could pull that off. But no check for the sound truck.
Right.
No check for the film people.
Yeah.
So I mean, when we hit the stage, that was it. Cameras better work,
Right.
or all goes for naught.
Sucks.
It's actually going to be kind of fun today because the show's going to just get set up in time to start. So it's going to have a whole different dynamic to it.
Or a seat of pants kind of thing.
It's been a fascinating time working with these guys, seeing the growth of the band over all of these years since 1976 into a situation where we're in Brazil now, playing massive stadiums, particularly last night in Sao Paulo, where they played to 60,000 people, which in fact was the biggest show in the history of Rush. There is such a great rock following here in Brazil. Rock music and what Rush does is a great match. And as a result of that, consistently in the polls, year on year for the last 10 years, it's been Rush, Rush, and more Rush.
Trucks were so late arriving from Sao Paulo to Rio that it was a question even if the show could go off anywhere near close to time. And yeah, they were setting up right till a minute before we walked on stage, I think. So it was about as against the odds as you can imagine, but it again, the measure of professionalism and good spirit. So I remember my drum tech Lauren coming in just before, everything's all right and the meeting room is working, you know, and there was this sense of conquering adversity and carrying on regardless. That was the spirit the three of us had, and sure enough, that spread down through the crew as well.
I am a big fan, a real big fan, maybe one of the oldest fans of Rush in Brazil, because when we could get no records of that band, my father had one, and I could listen to Spirit of the Radio, and I got the whole spirit.
Okay, so getting his wife is there.
The last show, too, is a sense of grand finale. You want it to be triumphant. You want it to be great. It's something you're going to remember and carry away with you as a souvenir of it. So, yeah, in addition to the cameras, in addition to the recording truck, there's always the sense that we wanted a souvenir that was going to be satisfying and memorable. We know, and the audience knows, that we're playing songs that we want to play and songs that we're proud of and that we enjoy playing, and that has to convey itself, I think, to the audience, that we're never, ever just going through the motions. it means so much to us to do it well. But I think also that has to reach the audience, that they know we care.
So why do you think this tour was so easy and so smooth for you?
Soup. Easily. Probably the soup, yeah. The soup made it a lot easier for us, and yeah, that's about it.
I don't think we could have played as well as we did without that soup.
Yeah.
No, but
We're not joking. That soup
that
was so
fucking
important.
soup was so good. You have no idea.
Now I know why you're deaf. Now I know why you're deaf.
What? Jeez. Alan. Oh my god. That's stupid.
I think I have a shrimp caught in between my tooth.
What's a shrimp cod?
Ew. Stupid.
Is that something they sleep on? They're like having a little nap? Because they are shrimp.
Stupid. Alright. Any more jokes? Or just credits? Nice. All right, there it is. Yeah, showed the struggles, the traveling and technical struggles of going to Brazil. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what I was saying in the last video. It's like the grind of putting on a show this big, putting on a show period, sometimes not even necessarily this big. All the technical stuff, the importance of indoor venues. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. It was cool. Boys in Brazil was fine. It's fine. Definitely preferred watching the concert. That's for sure. I feel like Beyond the Lighted Stage is not going to be anything like this. This is very different, very specific to Brazil. Probably means more to people that live in Brazil or were at these shows, and maybe also to the band themselves for them. So very cool. Very cool. Yeah, especially where they were at. Very cool. Awesome. All right. Well, what's coming up next? Everybody wants me to do this album. A lot of people. I mean, from what I'm seeing, a lot of people want me to do this album. I'm going to do it. Let me see what's even on it. Let me see what's even on this. It's just an EP. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, it'll be fast. I guess I'll check it out. Yeah, it's fast. I'm talking about feedback. You guys know I'm talking about feedback. All these people want me to do feedback. Oh, you should really do feedback. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Do I want to do R30? Should I do R30? No. I know I don't want to do R40. I'm not going out like that. Sorry. I'm not. Nobody wants to hear me bitch about Geddy's voice for an entire concert, R40. Nobody wants that. I don't want it. I know you guys don't want it. We can't end like that. We can't end like that. So I'm not doing it. R30, what do we have here? Okay, so we've got, the overture, which I think I've heard already. I believe I've heard already. Right? The greatest intro, right? I'm pretty sure I've heard that. I'm pretty sure I did that. Okay, we got Animate, we got Subdivisions, we got Red Barchetta, we got stuff from Feedback, right? We got Between the Wheels, we got Mystic Rhythms. That's like it. For me. right? To me. I mean, yeah, there's all the other stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. I can see, hear Roll the Bones rap again. Okay, great. I mean, really. Okay, an abbreviated Xanadu, right? Working Man, okay, all right. 2112 with the grand finale now, right? So I'm kind of like, do I just pick out specific? Oh, what is this DVD 2? DVD disc 2 interview. Okay, some of this other stuff, if I can find it, if it's on YouTube, I can get down with. Yeah, some of this interview stuff, I'd be interested in that. DVD disc 2, interview with Getty, interview at Le Studio. I'd be super interested in this kind of stuff. Juno Awards, right? Okay, the induction. Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Seneca College Theater. Yeah, some of this stuff I'd be interested in, but the audio and video, disc 1, all that, I mean, maybe I can pick out the ones that I said I'd be interested in that are more interesting to me, that I haven't heard a zillion times, right? But do I really need to go over the entire thing? I really don't think so, guys. I mean, really. I mean, you can vote on it in the comments if you've gotten this far in the video, the diehards here. But I mean, really. I mean, maybe the diehards here would be like, yo, you got to do it. You can't say that you did the whole discography without doing it, yo, stuff like that. I'm kind of like, I don't know. At some point, all these people are going to get mad at me for not being at Snakes and Arrows already, which I get it. I totally get it. I get it. It's a lot of the same stuff. Do I really want to do, Snakes and Arrows live? I can see picking out specific things. See, they do Digital Man, they do Entre Nous. I'm interested in that. I'm interested in checking that out, right? They do some others. They do Circumstances. I'm interested in checking that out. And then they do a bunch of songs probably from Snakes and Arrows that I don't, the ones that I don't recognize are probably the ones from Snakes and Arrows. Witch Hunt. They do A Passage to Bangkok. See, I'd be interested in pulling out, maybe that's what I'll end up doing for the rest of these live videos, these live albums, is pick out stuff like that. Stuff that I'd be more interested in. Because why? Why do I really need to check them out doing Limelight again? Doing Tom Sawyer again? Even Free Will, which is my favorite Rush song, really, again. Right? Not trying to make it about that. I'm trying to make it about this. So that's kind of that's what I feel. I know that I get both sides. Like people that are like, no, you need to check it out. And people that are like, can we please just move on? So I'm kind of giving you where I'm at, because I'm kind of like, okay, all right, I get it, but like, can we please move on? I don't need to be just doing all of their live albums like that. I feel like every live album that I've done them all up until now, right? And I feel like they've all been important. They all have merit. But from here on, I don't know. That's not the feeling that I get. I think it'd be better. I'll tell you a live that I'm going to do is the Grace Under Pressure tour. I'm doing that because I want to do it. I'm going to do that one. Yeah, I want to check that out for sure. But I mean, even that Grace Under Pressure tour, that's more almost because I want to hear them then, as opposed to, because they were still hot then. Not that they're not hot now, like where we're at, you know what I'm saying. But I don't know, it's different. It's kind of different. But do I want to check out, the Time Machine tour, which I've actually seen and heard a lot of already, because before I started doing the discography, I was doing so much just live. I was only doing live stuff. And I did a fair amount of Cleveland, because early on it was pretty clear that Cleveland was a good concert for them. So, again, I may just cherry pick things and be like, all right, here, I'm going to do this from Cleveland. I'm going to do this from Cleveland. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it, and just leave it at that. Clockwork Angels tour. Grand Designs, the Body Electric Territories. Wow, I mean, that's amazing. That's super cool. I want to check that out. Those kinds of tunes. Middletown Dreams. Wow, they do that. Bonus track. Manhattan Project. Wow, they really did a fair amount of power windows. Wow. You see, like, stuff like that where I'm like, okay, they're not doing this at every concert. That I'm interested in. I think that's what I'm going to do from here on out in terms of the live stuff. Yeah. So, all right, up next, feedback. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.